Hello and welcome to the Performance E streaming broadcast of the ANZCAR Thunder 2002 Series 3 Race 10 of 11. Tonight we are coming to you from Iowa Speedway for 150 laps and just quickly go over the track conditions as the drivers are just finishing off their warm-up. We have a track temperature of 19 degrees. Sorry, an air temperature of 19 degrees Celsius, a track temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. We have a south wind of only 3 kilometers an hour and a partly cloudy sky. Of course, we're at Iowa Speedway, which is a 1 mile oval. My name is Matthew Hunter, and let's go through while we're waiting for it to click over into qualifying. We'll just quickly run through those points. Of course, we're in round 10 of 11 in what is the third season of the year for the Thunder Series. And so at the top of the point standings at the moment, we'll just throw those up. We can see we've got the Josh Micklemore in there, who has a 4-point lead from Ruben Phelps. And another 8 points back from Ruben Phelps is Hamish Gallagher, so only 8 points separating the top 3 drivers there, so definitely a very close championship at the very top there. 4th place Matthew Raymond, who's 15 points off the lead, and Lachlan Urquagio 17 points off the lead as well, so another really good battle there for the 4th and 5th position. Norman Clark in 6th, 34 points back. Might be a little bit out of it in terms of points for the championship, but certainly possible of finishing in the top 5 there. So we've got it all to play for. 8 points separating the top 3. So far in the warm-up, all 3 of the top 3 cars were looking pretty good. Looked like they had pretty good speed there. As we've just kicked over to qualifying, and what we might do, just find a car that's out on track at the moment. So this is Lachlan Urquagio. He is a driver who really likes this track. I also personally really like this track as well. I think Iowa Speedway is a really good sort of mixture of a short track. As we see in the 42 there, that's not going to count that first lap. He's lost control, pushing too hard, and he's going to go for a reset. Let's see if we can jump into... Tom Neal has managed to quickly jump into first place here on his first lap around. Let's see how he goes on his second lap around, see if he can improve it from a 23.676. Oh, he's really pushing hard, kicking sideways there off turn 4. Doesn't look like he was able to improve his lap time there. Getting loose off turn 4 there seemed to throw him out a bit there. Let's see who else is on track at the moment. We have Phil Bissett running around in the 30 car. Looks like he's come to the end of his laps. We've got Sean Dakey, he's done his 3 laps so far. What we might do is we might just chuck up a checker on the side there, and this will help show us our qualifying positions so far. So Lockie on the top of the board there, but Hamish Gallagher's just managed to go up to the top of the leaderboard there with a 23.566. We're looking for Josh Micklemore to have a good strong run as well. Micklemore leading the championship presently. His last lap around was a 24.176. It's only good enough to put him into 16th position at the moment. He's got a bit of work to do on the second lap to try and improve and get up the field a bit. This comes around now. A 23.7 will move him up into 6th spot. So we've got our top three championship contenders inside the top six, with Gallagher in first, Phelps in fifth, and McLemore in sixth. Lachlan starting in third, and Matthew Raymond starting in seventh, means that our top five starters are all in the our top five drivers in the championship are all in the top seven qualifying positions, with Luke Trujillo and Tom Neal being the exceptions. So we'll just have a look here as Stephen Williams is going around now. Just done his siding lap. Coming around to complete his first full speed lap. Not sure if it is registering there because it's showing him as having done 4 laps, so he may have touched the wall at some point, which has meant that the lap hasn't counted. So I think at the moment he's just doing practice laps. He will be starting down the back. And we're seeing Ryan Jones out there now. He's done his siding lap. He's now on his first full speed lap. So he comes around here. Let's see what sort of time he can do. 23.793 will put him up into 8th position. Oof, that's not ideal. That's a sad end to the M&M's Camry. Oh, sorry, the M&M Supra. So I think that's pretty much everybody for qualifying there. So what we might do is might just see if we can load up our grid and see how that goes. So we're just waiting for all the drivers to grid up now. And while we do that, let's check up our grid. So starting off the first road will be Gallagher and Trujillo. Equasio and Tom Neal will start from the second row. Jason Martin and Ruben Phelps. The next row, Josh McLemore and Ryan Jones. Matthew Raymond, Phil Bissett, Mark Smith and Josh Galashan. Luke Georgeson and Josh Carroll-Warden out of 14th. Don Gilbert in 15th. Mirko Dortnack in 16th. Sean Dakey, Norman Clark on the next row. Paul Drade and David Sontag on the next row. And then Weasley Closeley and Tristan Koch on the next row, and then we have Andrew Dyson there, and then we have the non-qualifiers. So beside Andrew Dyson will be his teammate Stephen Williams, and then on the row after that there will be Chairman Curtis and Noddy Tompkins. So we're just waiting for the cars all to grid up here now, and then we will be going green for 150 laps of action. Talking to the drivers a little bit earlier, we are looking at roughly around 70 laps for a tank of fuel. So we should be seeing drivers taking a 2-stop pit strategy for fuel. Although we may see some drivers try to stretch it, see if they can go to 75 laps and 1 stop it if it goes green. But being a short track, I imagine that we will probably get a few cautions, so that will certainly mix things up a bit. Drivers will really have to sort of think on their feet or on their wheels of what they're going to do for the strategy when they're going to come in. Of course, if you get a caution within inside 70 laps to go, you come in, you chuck on a fresh set of boots and fuel, and you're away to go with no issues if it goes green. So we're just seeing them come around here now. I think we'll probably have a couple of pacing laps to warm up, and then they will go full noise. So it looks like another pacing lap. So just at the back here we see Tompkins and Curvis. Tristan Koch as well, the 550, so all forming up. And we'll go back up the front here. Just coming into turn 3 now. Going to be exiting turn 4, and pretty soon, once they hit the Geico restart zone, the 13 car of Gallagher will control the start and lead them away. They're in the Geico zone now, and here we go. Look at the front of the cars really lift up there as they put the power down. It's one thing about short track racing I love to watch and see. 42 of them is not wasting any time trying to get in there beside the 43. So we're still side by side for second place here. Right, just jump into this one. We'll chuck our top one up here. Now, as we said, the 43 has been able to clear the 42 on the high side there. We'll all settle down the single file at the front here. There's a bit of side-by-side action going on down the back here. Two, three wide, some spots. Oh, as we have this car spinning on the inside. No caution so far. That looks like it was the 57 of Don Gilbert who's spun there. He's managed to give it up and keep going. They're still side by side down here, and this is round about the 11th spot on backwards. The front seems to be pretty well settled, and the cars here are all sort of getting themselves into a single file and sitting on that high line there, trying to drift up to the high line. So we look back up the front. Pretty settled there. Gallagher's just keeping a nice control and distance there from Trujillo in second. It's a bit of a battle going on here for 4th and 5th. There's Phelps in the 06. Nice new livery for Phelps tonight and the SRM racing team. Of course, officially been announced today that he is a member of that team now going forward. So he's got that paint job on there. Just have a look back here. Of course, the 83 is Matthew Raymond, which is Phelps' teammate now. For the most part, we've sort of settled down to single file. Mirko Dortnak and Joshua Carroll Warden are side by side. This is for the 13th, 14th position. Really sort of illustrating the two lines that we have at this track. Or as we see Mirko get a bit very tight on the corner entry there and drift up. 35 done a really good job to get out of that and avoid that. There's a number of drivers like to just sit on the high line from the get-go, whereas other drivers just like to sit on the low line, and two completely sort of different lines and ways of doing it. But some drivers just can't do the low line, and some drivers just can't do the high line. As you see, Mirko Dortnak has managed to make that low line work now and move up to 12th spot. And the 75 of Wesley Closley as well has been up there. JCW and Ryan Jones look to be struggling a little bit early on here. They're either struggling or they're just saving their equipment. So you see Andrew Dyson here just looming up large on the back of David Sontag here. And the one-star racing car. Just checking on our front group here to see how they're all getting on. It's fairly stable, it's fairly spread out at the moment. There's the 42 sort of looking at getting a little bit the high line against the 43. Just trying to get a run off that turn 4 into turn 1, turn 2. And back behind them, Phelps has managed to get past Martin there for fourth. Just checking in on our other championship contender, Josh McMahon, just happily sitting there in 7th position at the moment. A bit of breathing room in front of him and behind him. Just having a look at Mark Smith in the 007 car. Of course, he had a very strong run last week. Was able to come on strong in the last period. So keep an eye out for Mark to look after his equipment and work his way up to the front near the end of this race. But up at the front, Gallagher is just cruising away here. And I think we're seeing on the timing data, Equasio has managed to make the pass of Trahir, so he's now slotted into 2nd position. But the 43 is not going to let him go away so easy. Just going to sit there on his bumper and harass him a bit. Fairly stable at the moment. Seeing lap drop off times of around 0.6 of a second. We have a look at the best lap times for all the drivers. We can see, for example, Gallagher at the top, his best lap time was a 23.895. And if we look at his last lap time, he did a 24.6. So almost 0.6, 0.7 of a second of drop off there, and just 16 laps. As we see Martin, the 21, just stalking on the back here of Phelps, looking to go that high line. So Martin's the 21 is really trying to use that high line to get the keep the momentum through the corner and off the corners. He's looking to do a crossover here now, down the front straight. Looking to get that done. Side by side here. This is on the back straight heading into turn 4. And Martin drifts up there and gets that done. Let's see if Phelps has got enough momentum to try and do a crossover back. Doesn't look like it for the time being. Seeing the cars hitting a few bumps in the track there. So if they hit the bumps at the wrong angle, can sort of unsettle the car a bit. But that's good pass done by Martin there. But now Phelps is under attack from Tom Neal. Just have a bit of a look back down the pack here as we see Tristan Koch is just a little bit slow on the inside there. I think Tristan might have had a bit of a tour through the grass as well. Let's have a look and see. Let's have a little look at the 550 of Tristan Koch here. It might have just got a little bit out of shape of the corner. Oh no, it's just made contact with the wall there and then come down, and he's done a really good job of saving it. But he's got damage along that whole right side of the car there now. Switch up back live. You can see that there is an incident for Mirko as well. So let's have a look and see what's happened there. Just going back now. This might have just been a bit of a Constantina crash, this one. There's nothing much in it, but I see Mirko is parked in the pits for now. And we'll see if I can work out what's happened to Mirko as well. Just got the wall there, and then unfortunately lost it. Slid through into the pits. Sorry, across the grass and into there, and decided to park it after that much damage. So that's will be the end of Mirko's race for tonight, I'd say. But we'll have a look back through the field now. Let's sort of get a bit of an understanding where everybody is. So up the front we have Hamish Gallagher racing away in first position there. And Lachlan Urquhart in the 42 behind him, trying an alternative line, trying to catch up. And we have a pass going on here. That'll be the 21 of Jason Martin making the pass. Can he get clear of the 43? Not this time around at the moment. 43 is just going to keep that momentum on the outside. Of course, it's hard for the driver on the inside there, because once the tyres come up to temperature or they start wearing a bit, the car just wants to push up the track. So you're trying to get the pass down on the inside, but you don't want to drift up into that car above you. And you need to try and keep as much momentum and speed without drifting up, so you can get that pass done off the corner. 43 is just holding in there, doing a really, really good job. He's just keeping the momentum on the outside, keeping the 21 sort of pinned down a little bit as well, so that the 21 has less track to use to be able to sort of arc the track and arc the corner and come up. But they're still side by side here. This is one of the good things, or one of the great things about the Iowa racetrack, is you do see a lot of this sort of racing where it does take 3, 4, 5 laps to get a pass done. But Martin's managed to get that pass done now, and he'll be setting sail trying to chase down the 42 of Urquhart now. We'll keep going back through the field. So yeah, Trahir's now in 4th. Ruben Phelps sitting there solidly in 5th place. And then behind him we can see we've got Tom Neal sitting in 6th position, and he's now starting to come under attack from the 31 of Micklemore. So both drivers are running that low line at the moment. So the 31 will be just looking to get a better run off the corner, and he looks like he's managed to do that, keep the momentum. Go in there, he's going to slide up there. I don't think Neil made that too hard for him. I think Tom Neal knew that 31 was quicker and had come from a bit of a distance back, so he wasn't going to put up too much fight at this early stage of the race. So yeah, Micklemore is now in 6th position and rapidly catching the ANZCAR as well, so we'll try and keep an eye on that in the background. Sorry, I'm just checking something here. Cool. That's good. So I think the 31 will be starting to hound the 06 pretty soon. So what we'll do is we'll just keep going through the field and just keep an eye on the timing and see if we can jump back when it's a little bit closer. We'll jump back now. This is the battle for 8th, 9th and 10th. 3 cars in this. Matthew Raymond in the 83, Mark Smith in the 007 and Luke Georgeson in the 274. Bit unusual tonight for Matty Ray to see him qualify. He is up 1 position from his qualifying position. He doesn't normally qualify, but he always usually works his way up towards the front of the field at the end of the race. But it's good to see him qualify tonight because he is battling for that 4th and 5th position in the championship. And they look to have settled down a little bit here now. I'll just jump back and see how we're going here. This is the battle for 5th position. So you see Micklemore looks like he's got a really good run off turn 4 there, down the front straight. I don't think Phelps is going to make it too hard for him. I'm going to go side by side down the back straight. Mickamore in the 31 manages to get that clear there, although the 06 Phelps is coming back. Alright, looks to be settled now. So Mark Smith's having a bit of a look at the back of the 83 of Raymond. See if he can get that momentum on the low line and get that pass done. Not quite able to do it there. See how he goes out of turn 4. Just not quite able to get enough momentum out of that turn 4 exit, or the corner exits to carry that speed down the straight. But these two are certainly going to keep battling at it. So let's keep going through the field. Let's jump back. This is our 11th position of Phil Bissett here. And Joshua Carroll Warden and Ryan Jones, 12th and 13th. A bit unusual. I would expect these two to be battling well inside the top 10, probably just outside maybe the top 5. So yeah, but unusual to see these two back here. So I'm not sure what their plan is at the moment. But having a look at their lap times, they certainly haven't set any really fast lap times. So I think they might be looking at the fuel saving for the one-stop strategy. Andrew Dyson here, he is now in 14th position as well. And he is up 9 positions, which is our biggest mover of the night. And he's 14th position. I'm just going to jump up here now because we're seeing a battle for second spot. I see the 21 of Martin is going to look and try and make the move on 42. 42 is not going to roll over for it. But we see the 21 get a really good arc on that low line of that corner there, and managed to slide up in front of the 42. And we have a caution out on track. And let's see if we can work out what's caused that caution. So I'm just seeing... Oh, that's not looking too good there for Phil Bissett. Not looking too good indeed. He looks to be missing a front nose clip, and the back of it's looking pretty not very nice either. So let's have a look and see if we can work out what's going on here now. As I think Phil's just trying to get back in front of the pace car. Will he be able to do it? Don't think he's going to be able to do it. Actually, we'll watch the lead cars all pit first, and then we might try and grab a replay of it. What caused the incident? As we're seeing, all the lead cars here now are all coming to the pits. Every single one of them. Interesting. Of course, the cameras decide to freeze up right now, so that's great. It's racing out. Just waiting for the cameras to come back at the moment. A sort of frozen overlay system. Here we go, we're back. Okay, let's have a look and see if we can work out what has caused this caution. So we see the 30 there. Oh, there we are. Just the tap's got them loose, and the 30 and the 35, and hard wall or contact into the wall there, and a rollover to boot for the 30 car. That's very unfortunate. And I think you'll find he's going to come around again. And that bump there knocks the nose out of it. So let's have a look here again. So we'll just see here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Possibly coming down or not getting the call that was clear. And then just cut it down. And we'll just have another look at this rollover. There we are. That's what the underside of a Xfinity car looks like, folks. And over she goes. Not ideal. As we jump back to live here, let's just check and see how we're looking. We're still rolling around into the pace car. We've still got another lap to go. So actually, while we're doing that, we'll have a look again and see how it was from the 35. So looking at the 35 here now. I think the 30's just not had the call from the spotter and come down a little bit, which has set that off. And so a bit of damage on the back of the 35 as well. But he's got away mostly from that. Wow, definitely not ideal. That's done a lot of damage to Phil Bissett there. So he is still sitting on the pits getting that damage repaired in the hopes of getting back out there. But the pace car is... lights are off, is it, on the pace car? Can't see the pace car. There it is. Yep, lights are off, so we are getting ready again to go green again. And we see Gallagher jump early in the Geico zone there. As soon as he got into the zone, he was away. We see Martin in the 21 slot down. Still too wide behind them, or possibly going to be 4 wide here. The 42 and the 43 on the outside line, battling pretty hard. It's cool to see the cars bouncing around. Oh, there's a 42, just gets loose in the middle of the corner. You saw him drift up there, and unfortunately 43 had no choice but to give him a little bit of a tap in the back there. Oh, and the 43 has drifted up to 42. Let's have a look and see what's happened there. Caution is out again. So the 42 looks like he has gone around there. So we'll just have a look and see. It looked like it come out of the 42 and the 43, so we'll just have a look at that. This is it here. I think the 42 motor cut down and the 43's come up at the same time. And it's just spun the 42 out there. He's locked it down. The 83 has had nowhere to go. So this is the 2 cars battling for 4th and 5th, just crash into each other, and then all the cars behind them take evasive action. See if we get another shot here. You can see the cars are scrambling in behind them, all trying to make their way through. And we have another camera freeze up. This will just take a few moments to get the cameras back to normal. Here we see the 42 in the pits getting his damage repaired. We see more cars coming into pit road here. More takers. Right. I think the camera system's caught up. Ooh, sorry, I think I've got to sneeze. I have to mute the microphone for a moment. Right, so let's see, we've got our cameras working again properly. Yes, excellent. So what we're seeing now, we are seeing the Mitch Motorsport cars, all three of them all lined up in a row now. Gallagher in first, Martin in second, Mickelmore in third. So it's definitely good for the championship chances of Gallagher and Mickelmore. I'm sure Gallagher will be just trying to deny Mickelmore from leading a lap, so that stops him getting a point. I imagine there won't be any team orders though. Just making sure that they are careful not to take each other out. If it stays this way, it's going to be pretty close. And then, of course, Ruben Phelps in the 06 car. He is the other car in the top three of the points as well. So our top 3 points in the standings are all in the top 4 positions. And then, unfortunately, our 4th and 5th were involved in that wreck, that accident. Matty Ray's got a bit of damage to the front of his 83 car, and we saw Lachlan Uprio, he went around as well, so he doesn't look to have too much damage on the front. I think his might be sort of damage on the back. We see the lights are out on the pace car, so just rolling around now, getting ready to restart. Lights on the track are coming on as well, so that's good. See that transition now, you can see the sunset in the background. We've got a gap there because the car is out of position. But we see the 13 come around to the restart zone. And he's away. A really good start for that top 3 there. Obviously all in the same chat channel and being able to choreograph that. We do see Phelps is right on the back of 31 here. Phelps is going for it. We're going 3 wide down the back straight here. Phelps knows he's trying to... Oh, look at him send it in there. Wow. Those 6 is right on the edge of out of control. But he's just trying to get as many positions as he can early on in the stint. And he's managed to get in front of the 31. That's a massive amount of aggression by the 06 car there. He is sideways again off the exit of turn 2 there. Gallagher's just loving this. He's charging out in front, but his 06 is going to come up there in front of the 43. Well timed move there. Obviously no contact. But yeah, the 06 very aggressive on that restart there. As you see, just behind the 31, look like we're going 3 wide there. Mark Smith making his way up front there. JCW is now up in 7th. Andrew Dyson has moved into the top 10, into 8th position. So these cars that were sort of hanging around that sort of 12th, 13th position, obviously we're saving a little bit because they've decided now that they're just going to go for it, and so now we're seeing them work their way up into the top 10. So it has settled down a little bit in this top 10. Saying that, the 41 is having a look on the inside of the 35. Just check our information up here, sorry. So far the only cars not running around on the track at the moment is Mirko Dulfnack and Phil Bissett. Both still sitting in the pits, but I don't think Mirko will be back, but Phil might be out there trying to grab some more positions and points. And Dyson has made that move with the 35. And the field is compressing up a little bit behind the 4 car, the 43 of Trahir. As we see Mark Smith go to the inside. Mark Smith trying to get a pass down to the 31. As we go too wide here, Dyson's going to try and follow Mark Smith through. Still battling here. As you see the 43 hit those bumps on the back straight there. Of course the 41's just riding along behind the 007. Get the 007 to make the gap, make the hole, and then follow it through. As we see the 31, he's going to jump down and he's going to try and follow the 41 through as well. Just not able to do it. Seen pretty good runs tonight from the cars in the 40s, the 41, the 43 and the 42. A 41, still battling to get past that 43 car. Still side by side. Looks like he might be able to clear him here now. Getting pretty close. And looks like the 41's managed to get that run done. And 43 doesn't look to be able to get back to him. Right, that looks like that is done. So we'll just start jumping through the field and having a little bit of a look. Ryan Jones right on the back of JCW now, 8th and 9th. Bickmore has managed to get past you here as well. Just as we look away. Jones passing the 35. So there's still a fair bit of position changing going on out there. The driver's definitely a lot more aggressive now and willing to make these moves. I think we're all pretty much set for a one pit stop to the end from here. So no one's really sort of saving that much. So we have a little look at Don Gilbert and Luke Georgeson. And Luke Georgeson's going to get that pass there done. Matty Ray's sitting there, stuck in 22nd. Of course, new ANZCAR admin, Sean Dakey, and the 26 car there. Just running around at the back there. One driver on the move since that restart is the 42 of Lachlan Ukweja. Of course, he's got damage on the back of the car, you can see, from the last caution, being involved in the last caution, but he is now worked his way back up to 13th position. 5 seconds off the lead. As we just click over lap 70 of 150. And we have a new leader. Jason Martin has made the pass for Hamish Gallagher. So Mark Smith has moved up into third position as well. So another strong run from Mark Smith tonight. We saw him last week have a really good strong run. I don't think Mark has run the full season. Just have a look at the information here now. No, Mark's only run, this is only the third race of the season that Mark's run in, so he's had a really good strong start to his running in the Thunder Series. So we're seeing the battle is still going on between the 31 and the 43. That's for 6th and 7th. We might just do a little bit of a onboard. We'll go on board with Andrew Dyson as he's trying to chase down Ruben Phelps. You can hear just how much throttle work is having to go into there. Not sure if Andrew Dyson got a good run. Oh, we're seeing a caution now on the track. That's why he's slowing down. We need to see what has caused that. I could see maybe David's on tag, but we'll just keep an eye on the leaders here and just see if anyone pits. Being a short lap, it's they end up pitting pretty quickly. So just keep an eye on this here. Of course, we would be right on the window, I think, for being able to make it home from here on without needing another pit stop. So we're going to see all the leaders pile into pit road here. Need to make a note for myself that to look into the graphics issues that we're having, because it's every time they come into pit road that we have a lock up in the graphics system. Looks like we're seeing a few 2 tyres in there. Right side tyres only, maybe. Just waiting for the information to update. There's one here. No, so the pit times, I think we're looking pretty standard there for what should be fuel and 4 tyres for most drivers. So just waiting for my overlay system to come back so we can try and have a look at and see what caused the caution. Unfortunately, we're just a little bit stuck on the graphics at the moment. Let's see if we can have a look and see what's happening here. So this was what we should be able to see what caused the caution here. 63 is going to the corner. Looks like the car of Georgeson might have just got tight and pushed up the hill and then just made contact there, and that's what's caused the issue. So a bit unfortunate there as well. Light's still on the pace car, so just have another quick little look back at that. Just battling a graphic system that's choosing to go fast sometimes and slow other times, so see if we can get a good look at it here. So it's possible the 274 might have just come up the track a bit, or the 63 has come down, and then we get the contact there, and that just sends the 63 spinning around. It's got the wheels all locked down. Shouldn't be too much damage, like it was only just a graze of the wall. And just managed to lock it down there, so it shouldn't be too bad in terms of damage on the front of that car, or even on the back of it. As we have a look here, going to be coming around, the lights are out on the pace car, so we will be coming back around. Let's get this one underway again. Jason Martin has control of the field, and he's away. So Dyson and the 41s managed to get a really good jump there. And out in that outside line we have 41, 42 and 43 all in a row, all lined up. Not anymore though. 41 ducks down from the inside, looking to try to make a move on the 06. In behind we've got the 31, the 42 and the 43 battling there. Did see the 09 of Norman Clark up there as well. He was someone who definitely took 2 tyres on that stop. So it'll be interesting to see how long he can hang up the front there, those 2 tyres. Still going side by side here, battling for 5th and 6th. I think the 42 is another driver who took 2 tyres as well, so he needed to get a bit of that track position back after working his way up from that incident earlier. And so he's obviously stacking 2 tyres and just going to try and hold on with those for now. 43 are still side by side each other. Oh, it's going to be a repeat of what happened before, is it? No. Still racing side by side, not giving each other much room. But 42 is just going to let him go this time. Kind of settling down again now into single file. See 11 now, looks like he's going to try and make a move. So that's the 11 car working on 42 for 7th position. Oh, as he gets really, really tight there, you can see them have to really get out of the gas and slow the car down. It was just wanting to push up the track. 75. Wesley Bosley's having a really good run tonight as well. Top 10 position at the moment. I believe he took 4 tyres on that last pit stop as well, so he's definitely got the speed tonight. Another one who must like this track as well and have it suit them. Let's look Jordan here. 274 looking to get past Jamie Nankervis. Live, is it? So real traffic jam here. All the way back from Ruben Phelps in the 4th position, right back to Wesley in the 75 and 10th position. You could even count Tom Neal and Luke Jordan, Jamie Nankervis and that. So all the way back from 14th to 13th position. Cars racing all on top of each other. So make a move on Phelps. Looks like Dyson's fallen back as well now into the clutches of Phelps. So this just adds more cars to this group of that are really, really battling here. I see Luke Jordan is dropping as we have another caution out there on track. I saw Luke Jordan really drop down the timing pretty quickly. So let's just have a look and see. We can work out what's happened there. So just watching the replay here. What happens to this 274 car? Oh, I think the 8's gone low and got tight and pushed up the track and unfortunately has clipped the 274 and sent him spinning. He's managed to lock it down. A little bit of damage on the back there, and unfortunately in the background we see there the 550 is he's tried to brake and slow down and done a little bit of gardening. I think everyone's going to get away without too much damage on that one. Yeah, I think the 8 car he went low there and it just really got tight and pushed up the track, and it just unfortunately led him to hitting the car there, and we can see Tristan Koch in the 550 in the background. They just do a little bit of gardening and flying over the garden there, over the green. And we must have cars pitting because my graphics system is freezing up again. Right, we should be back live here now, hopefully. We are. Don't know if you can pick that up on the audio or not, but there's a bit of fuel saving going on. You can just hear the tone of the engine is different. So Jason Martin in the front there is definitely clutching to save fuel. Hamish Gallagher. Not clutching to save fuel. Andrew Dyson. No. Phelps. So can't hear any of these other drivers clutching to save fuel or not. Only Jason Martin was the only one I could hear. Jason Martin's definitely clutching to save fuel. So he's just building himself a little bit of a buffer to make sure he's got enough in the bank, I think. Just in case. But interestingly enough, the other cars behind him aren't, which is unusual. I would have thought they would be as well. So far we've had 4 cautions, 17 laps, and we still have 54 laps to go. Oh, message on the chat that from Andrew Dyson that fuel is good. Good to go. So it looks like the majority of the field will be able to make it from here on fuel. So we'll just be coming around here now. Start working their way on the back straight. Pace car's about to pull off. There he goes. So Jason Martin will have control of his restart, and away he goes. As we see those front of those cars lift up again when they put the power down. We're going to see Micklemore right up the back of the 40 on there. The 42 and the 43 is still getting into it. And it looks like 43's made contact with 42 again, and 42's lost a number of spots now, but no caution, so not bad enough to cause a wreck. So you see the 11 trying to get past the 43 as well. That top 5 settling in there. We'll be seeing, there's the 42 charging back there now. So the 42, not sure if he pitted or not. I don't think he has. I think the 42 is still out there on those old tyres. So 22 laps. So we see Dyson, Phelps and Micklemore. Dyson out. Oh, there's a bit of hip and shoulder going on back here between the 42 and 43, so we'll just keep an eye on this and see what's going to happen. This might be one that Stewart's end up sorting out, which unfortunately is going to be me. I'll have to take off my broadcasting pants and put on my stewarding pants later on this week. See if they get sorted here now. The 42 is in front of the 43, so. But they've dropped a bundle of time mucking around doing what they're doing. I've seen back here. Trying to just jump back and see what's happened here. We've got 2 cars coming through pit road. So Luke Georgeson and Joshua Carroll Warden coming through. You know what? They've got drive-throughs for incident points. Josh Carroll Warden has 12 and Luke Georgeson has 13. Of course, if you get 12 incident points, you get a drive-through penalty. And if you get 17 incident points, you get DQ'd from the race. So they've just had to come through and serve a drive-through penalty under green. Yeah, I remember you will. I remember you will. I don't think we've done season announcements yet. I don't even know if we've got our seasons ready to go for next year, but keep an eye out on the Facebook page, Will Barrington, in the comments. Keep an eye out and we will be doing announcements officially for all the series and races that we do next year. We are actually looking at doing a summer series as well. As we see, the 30 on track of 31 has given a bit of hip and shoulder to the 06. That's going to bring out the caution. Oh dear. Let's have a look and see what's happened here. Oof. So we'll just have a look here. So you see the 31 here had a really big run and he got down into the corner into turn 1 here. And the 06 came down. Oof. Yeah, that's another one for the stewards to sort out. That will be me later on in the week. As we see, those 31 makes contact with 06. So far, the 06 has got away with it. No contact with the wall, no contact with any other car. So he might be alright, he might get away with it. Looks like that might be it. So we'll just have one more look at it here. Not sure if the 06 was coming down and 40 might have had a bit more room. Didn't realise the 31 was there. It looks like he's going to get away with it, so. Right, let's have a look and see if we have. We'll take us to pit road. Yeah, we have to have a look. We'll be having a look at that, I'm sure, later on. Yeah. So sorry, getting back to what I was saying there, Will. Yeah, we haven't made any official announcements yet, but yeah, once we get the seasons together and keep an eye on the Facebook page, you'll see them announced. I think we're looking at doing a bit of a summer series soon as well. Just over the break, just something that's fun. Yeah, so just keep an eye out on the Facebook page for information. So let's just have a little bit of a look through our standings here. So we've got Martin in first, Gallagher in second, Dyson in third, Mickamore in fourth. Equagio is now up to fifth and sixth beside the 42 and the 43. I don't know if they're done doing what they're doing tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that the next restart. We might see more contact between the 42 and 43. 75 Wesley closely having an awesome run tonight, 7th spot and on genuine pace as well, so it's really good to see. Mark Smith having another good strong run, Jamie Nankervis and David Sontag making up the top 10 there. Matty Ray, Mr. Sheen, although his cars, Mr. Sheen is his nickname because he keeps his cars clean, but it's not tonight. It's got a bit of front damage, but he's in 12th, so working his way up there. And I think we've seen a number of cars pit that last caution. I think Ryan Jones might have been one to pit, Brendan Phelps as well, so they will have 4 fresh tyres, so I imagine they will be wanting to charge through the field. They'll have just under 40 laps to go to do it, but they'll have 30 lap fresher tyres than everybody else. In fact, there are a number of cars that are on fresh tyres now. Ryan Jones, Tom Neal, Tristan Koch, Ruben Phelps, Josh Galashan, Don Gilbert, Noddy Tompkins. They're all on fresh tyres from this caution. So I imagine they're going to be cutting their way through the field. Possibly maybe a second a lap quicker than everybody else. So a few messages in the chat. Ryan Jones is now going to be hoping that there's no caution come back out. He'll want it to go green from here so that he can use those fresh tyres. And Neil Pearson saying he wants to see some dive bombs. I think we will see some dive bombs from some fresh tyre cars, I think. But let's see how we go. So we see Martin's bringing it around turn 3, turn 4. He's about to hit the go loud pedal. Hits the restart zone and away he goes. Look at the front of that car pull up again. I'm sorry I keep going on about it, but I just love seeing the side of those cars when you're on a short track when you put the foot down and just how much the front of them lifts. So you see Micklemore on the 31 getting a really good run on the outside there, trying to clear the 41. Oh, we might see 3 wide here. 3 wide for second maybe. Dyson gets a little bit loose off the corner there. Does a really good job to hold on to it though. As Dyson's looking to try and get on the inside of the 13 there, and they're really going backwards and forward here, changing. It's a really good battle now. 5 cars all battling here. And if we jump back here and see where Ryan Jones is, he's in the middle of a battle pack here. Oh, and we've got 31 and the 42 have both spun to the inside of the track. We can see that. So, yeah, you can just see the aggression levels were ramped right up and they were really sort of starting to go for it. So, let's see what happened, what caused that caution. So let's have a look here. They're coming off. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there from the 42 on the back of the 31. And then they've just both slid down there into the grass, out of everyone's way. So we'll just see if we can grab another camera view on that. Helps if we hit the right button and don't go right back to the start of the race. It's just that contact there, that's what started it. Just go back a little bit more. So just racing pretty hard, not much room given here. 42 minor 40 was clear to come up, but just had a little bit of overlap there, and that's unfortunately, yeah, tagged the back of the 31 and set him spinning. So we'll try to go back live. So we're back live now. So we just have to wait for the camera work to catch up. While we're doing that, I might just take a quick drink. Right, so we're now back live. Looks got the 98 of Stephen Williams there coming into the pit. A little bit worse for wear. A bit of damage on the front of it. See if we can find out what happened to the 98 of Stephen Williams here. He's already got the damage at this point, so can't really tell when he's picked that damage up. It's highly likely he's had a bit of a spin and hit the wall, but it hasn't triggered the caution, so yeah. Ryan Jones in the chat saying it was a pretty good caution for him. Yeah, I think so. Sitting in 4th spot now, and the first car with the freshest tyres. Although maybe Paul Drady in front of him has got fresher tyres. No, Paul Drady's got 22 laps on his tyres. So of course Ryan Jones in the M&M livery car. M&M's obviously the real life sponsor. It has only got 2 more races to do in the Cup Series, and then they're no longer sponsoring Cup. If you follow a NASCAR Cup, you'll know all about that story. Just have a look through here, just trying to work out who has got what in terms of tyres. So yeah, Ryan Jones is the first of the fresh tyres in 4th spot. Ruben Phelps sitting in 7th position at the moment. He is the 2nd car of fresh tyres. Josh Gillishan, Tristan Koch, Noddy Tompkins making up the top 10. They're all on the fresher tyres. But, we're just going to see them come around here now. Lights are out on the pace car. The pace car is about to pull off now. Nope, he's just coming through turn 2. False start. Jess Martin's about to bring them around to the restart zone, the big blue Geico zone, and away he goes. He's really got a really good start there. Caught the car behind him, napping a little bit, and we see Jones jumping down the inside line straight away. One of those fresh tyres really sort of making a big difference there. Although Dyson in the 41 is trying to cross over back. Paul Drady in the 129 sitting in 4th there, doing a really good job as well. Another new name to the series. They're doing a really good job holding his own there in 4th position. He gets a bit of a bump from Norman Clark in the 09 behind him. As we see cars spinning in the background. Are we going to see a caution? Yes, we are going to see a caution. So that looked like it started around... I believe Ruben Phelps was involved in it, so I'm just waiting for my timing data to settle down. There's a few cars that are a bit battered and bruised now, unfortunately. Just wait for the cars to cycle through pit lane. As we said, a number of cars are into pit lane there. I'm just having trouble getting the cameras to catch up though. That's the problem. We can't go to it live. So I'm just going to watch these cars go around. Looks like Ryan Jones is going to be out the front. Let's see what it settles down. So, just waiting for the camera system to catch back up. It's having a bit of trouble every time there is a massive amount of pit stops. It seems to want to play up. Still waiting for my overlay system to catch back up, so I can't grab that replay at the moment. But we might have to, because we might not be able to go live. And we're going to do another lap under the pace car. Hopefully it'll give me time for it to catch up. This is just the tail end of that wreck, unfortunately. Oh, there's a number of cars involved in it. Oh, I can't do anything. This system is completely frozen up now. Just give me a moment. We will restart it. My apologies. The overlay system is just decided tonight it is going to be a pain. So just quickly get it restarted. Wow, it's having a real... Okay, we're back. Ignore the graphic saying that it's finishing. It is not finishing. It is having a real meltdown tonight, so it's making me very violently angry with it. But okay. So we have a shootout now. Ryan Jones delays the start and gets a good jump there. I'm hoping that the information will actually update in a moment. Get a lap count. What's it doing? So you see a really good battle for second there. Dyson Drady. And is that Noddy Tompkins is there? Yep. As you see, 13 of Hamish Gallagher. He has got even fresher tyres than Ryan Jones, so he is starting to chase them down. As the lap data is finally updated, 128 of 150. Excellent. Back up here. Oh, this is a really wild pack. This one. This has got the 42, the 8, the 21 in it. Jason Martin. He'll be on fresher tyres too. He's just trying to cut his way through. It's around about the 10th position, that one. Up the front, it's pretty crazy here as well. There's action going on all over the show. As it looks like Gallagher's managed to clear that sort of battle pack. And we're seeing this battle here with Phelps and Tompkins and Drady and Dyson and good to see Paul Drady battling up the front here and holding his own for 4th position in the 129. Front, Ryan Jones has cleared out to a 0.7 of a second lead. He's now been stalked by Gallagher. It's going to be pretty frustrated if Gallagher can get past him in the end. As you see Mickelmore looking to charge through the middle. The purple 21 behind him, Martin and the fresh tyres. So they've got a real mix of cars here. Some with old tyres, some with fresh tyres, and we're seeing a real difference in speed and just trying to pick their way through. As we're now looking like we're almost 4 wide there. Whew. Mickelmore on the 31 on the bottom side, still 3 wide, trying to get past here. Phelps is doing a really good job in the middle there, holding the line. That sort of all works out. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Oh, look like Drady got a bit loose off the corner. Done a really good job to hold on to it though. Could have been a disaster. Look at this. 4 or 5 wide. Oh, 129 comes up. Oh, there's cars spinning everywhere. The 21 got hit, the 31 got hit, all in separate incidents. So we were watching that. It was pretty aggressive driving there. Let's see if we can quickly grab a replay before, fingers crossed, the whole thing doesn't freeze up again. Let's look at this. So we had 4 wide, and we saw Drady there just got a shot off the bottom and shot up to the 21, but at the same time the 80 car drifted up and clipped the 31 as well. So we had multiple cars getting hit and multiple damage. Look at this here. So the 121 gets into the back of the 80. That sends him up the track. The 06 gets a run on the inside. Don't know if there's any contact there. Might have been a little contact, sent the 121 up into the 21, but then the 80 got sent up into the 31 as well. And it's the 31 spinning that actually brought out the caution. As you see, the 80 and the 06 car make contact, and the 80 car goes for a bit of a ride. Oh. There's just so much going on there in that one. That's oh, and then down the back there, cars swerving to get out of the way as well. There's a lot. Oh, there was a lot going on in that one. That's just really aggressive racing. I mean, you've only got 14 laps to go, or 20 laps to go at that point. Really aggressive. Mix of tyres, old tyres versus new tyres. and that's just what you get. It looked really good and really fun, and you knew something had to break. That's for sure. It certainly was spectacular looking. Probably not good news for Ryan Jones. He will be at the front there, but he'll have Gallagher's restarting beside him, and Gallagher will have those slightly fresher tyres, as it looks like. Dyson's coming into the pits here now. Yeah, I can't really tell exactly how many laps, because I've had to reset my overlay system. I can't really tell how many laps everybody's sort of done since their last pit stop. So it's I think the web timing stopped as well, so I'll just do that, restart that. That's the annoying thing when the having to restart the overlay system, you lose all the early information. But it's pretty crazy. We've got a lot of sort of bumped and bruised and damaged cars out there. We've seen Luke Georgeson, he hit the incident cap of 17, so he's DQ'd for the server. Just having a look at Tompkins and Neil. Might have just parked their cars, they might have too much damage, not so much incidents. Tristan, Koch might have a drive through. JCW is sitting on 16 incident points, so he gets one more point, he's DQ'd. Lachlan Urquio is sitting on 16 points, one more and he gets DQ'd. Ruben Phelps 10 incident points. Mickelmore sitting on 14. And Hamish Gallagher is sitting on 0 incident points so far, so he doesn't have to worry at all. But his championship rivals, they have to be a bit mindful. They don't want any more contact with anybody that's going to give them incident points. So lights are still on the pace car. So I think we're going to have maybe a sort of a 9-lap shootout when we get this underway again. Just having a look at Maddie Ray's car. It's looking pretty sad tonight, unfortunately. Some very sad looking cars out there. Look at that 36 car of Josh Gallishan. It's looking pretty beat up. Right, as the lights are out on the pace car, so we're starting to form up. We only have 13 cars on the lead lap still, and the last one of those is Josh Mickelmore. Will we see it go green to the end? Or will we see another caution? Something has happened. Sorry, there was a jump there. There's been an incident between Jones and Gallagher. Let's find out what happened there. Not sure what's happened there. There's Norman Clark's car. There's Jones's car. So this is the restart. There's been contact. It's sent Jones spinning. When it will bin it. Let's have a look here. Try and jump into the blimp view. So there was a restart and then we went. So we didn't get to see the restart, it just jumped on me and then this is the contact between Jones and Gallagher. And unfortunately Gallagher's stayed going, but Jones has copped the wrong end of it and hit the front. So it looks like with those older tyres, Gallagher, he was going to be struggling against Gallagher there, but he's had to drive pretty aggressive to try and hold on to the position, and yeah, win a little better, unfortunately. So he's now sitting back in the pits, and let's try and get everything up to date and running properly. Right, let's just actually try and get an idea of where we're actually at, because all these technical issues have thrown me off and I just need to work out what is going on. Alright, so this is our running order under caution. 5 laps to go. Lights are still on the pace car, so we'll do it at least one more lap around. Not sure if we'll do a green and white checker 2 lap, or whether we'll have maybe a 3 lap run to the end. We'll just have to see, wait and see. Running order: first, Gallagher, Urquio, Martin, Phelps, Nankervis, Dyson, Sontag, Raymond, Mickelmore, Carroll Warden, Jones, Smith are all on the lead lap, those top 12 cars. And then we have Norman Clark 1 lap down. I believe his car's looking pretty second hand, sitting in the pits there, indeed. And then we start getting into some cars that are retired out. Wesley Closeley, his good night, unfortunately has ended with a DQ because of 20 incident points. Paul Drady's sitting in the pits. I think we've only got the top 11 plus 4 more cars. So we've only got 15 cars still circulating on the track. Lights are out on the pace car. No, they're still on. Cars are already formed up too wide. The drivers know where they all should be, but we're still waiting for the pace car lights, which have gone out. So we will be going green the next lap around. And look at the sorry state of some of those cars. That 35 of Josh Carroll Warden's missing a front bumper, and he is sitting in 9th. I would say that mostly our top 6 is pretty clean, but I know the 42 car's been in the wars tonight. The 06 car's been in the wars tonight. It's definitely going to have a big impact on the championship, with Mickelmore down in 11th position at the moment and Gallagher in first. He's going to make up a massive amount of points. So we see him come around to the restart zone here now and get them away. It's a fairly tame restart compared to the ones we've had because of the lack of cars, really. So many cars have been taken out, as we're still racing close here. Dyson, I think, is on fresh tyres compared to these drivers here, so he is really sort of charging it in to the corner. We're going to have 2 laps to go in a moment. Two laps to go. Gallagher looks pretty like he's driving away at the front there. He's going to grab this one, perhaps, barring an issue. Martin is looking pretty settled in second. The battle really is going to be for this 3rd position, the 41 and the 42. As Dyson gets loose off the corner and drifts it sideways, but grabs hold of it. Amazing save there. Amazing save. He's fully sideways on that drift there, and he's managed to catch it. But that's possibly going to cost him that 3rd position. He's lost momentum, and we're on the final lap. keep an eye on Gallagher here, who's going to be taking the checkered flag. There we go, and we can see in the background there, the 42 has managed to hold off the 41. And Rubenfeld's got the 5th position. Wow. That was an interesting battle at the there. Yeah, there was a lot going on, really. As we have a look at Gallagher, just doing his cool down lap here. I'll just wait for him to do his victory burnouts. So that's going to have a big positive impact on his championship there. Gallagher getting 1st position, with his nearest rivals Phelps in 5th and Micklemore in 8th for the championship. Looks like he is parked up there now, so we'll just quickly run through the results. Right, so 1st place was Hamish Gallagher, 2nd was Jason Martin, 3rd was Lachlan Urquio, Andrew Dyson coming home in 4th there, Ruben Phelps in 5th, Jamie Covers 6th, and good run for Jamie. David Sontag, strong run for him as well, 7th position. Josh Micklemore in 8th position. That's really going to hurt his championship with Hamish finishing 1st. I think that might be enough of a points gap for Hamish to retake the lead in the championship. Ryan Jones coming home in 9th position there. Was looking pretty good until the end. Josh Carroll Warden getting that front bumperless car home in 10th position. And in 11th was Matty Ray. Norma Clark coming home in 12th. Mark Smith in 13th. Wesley Cosley in 14th. Although I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think with the points thing, he's going to be DQ'd. I'm not sure. Because he's hit the 17-point limit, I think. Don Gilbert in 15th, Paul Drady in 16th. He was another one who's having a good strong run up the front there until being involved in one of those late wrecks. Stephen Williams in 17th, Sean Dakey in 18th, Tristan Koch 19th, Noddy Tompkins in 20th. Tom Neal having a bad night, unfortunately for him, in 21st. Phil Bissett in 22nd. Josh Kelly-Chan in 23rd, Luke Trahare 24th, Luke Georgeson was actually 26th, and Mirko Dulnak was 25th. So that was our results there now. So I'll just get some stuff set up here, and then we will have a look at, see if our drivers are ready to come up for a chat. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll just have a look at our green room and see if we can grab some drivers up. Lockie is back in the broadcast booth here. How was your race tonight?
I'll keep some of the words to myself, but it was definitely eventful.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, actually, I remember watching you having a good old battle between. It was very interesting to see. You were all lined up at one point, 41, 42, 43 car numbers. But yeah, you're having a bit of bit of bumping and banging going on through the night.
Yeah, look, I just definitely got a bit frustrated with a couple of drivers out there, but I mean that's just tight, close quarter racing. This sort of track brings it out in everyone. I think I wasn't the only one to sort of come together with guys, and yeah, I think there's a lot of frustrated drivers out there. I think I just got a bit lucky in the end to drive it back up to 3rd.
Yeah, you had good pace all night. Obviously, good strong qualifying run. Obviously spun out. Hell, we had an incident early on, dropped back, but then you managed to charge your way through. So yeah, you definitely had pretty good pace tonight. You must have been happy with that.
Yeah, I was really happy with the pace. Obviously, I think had certain events gone my way, I definitely might have been able to finish in a little bit higher, maybe 2nd. Hamish was very, very strong. I don't know if anyone had anything for him, but it certainly, if it had gone green, I think the result would have been a lot different. That first caution kind of triggered the Armageddon, I'd say.
Yeah, I think everyone was pretty quiet. Was everyone sort of looking to try and save for that one stop, you think, or was everyone
Nah,
sort of no?
everyone was going. I don't know about anyone else, but I wasn't saving. I didn't. I could only get to about like 72, 73, so I would have been short regardless if I'd saved. So I just went for it and tried to do as much as I could, keep track position because it was so strong around here. You could defend so easily. I mean, I had 30 lap older tyres than Dyson on that last run, and he couldn't get past me.
Yeah, you did. You protected that high line very, very well. Excellent. All right. So I think that pretty much have it. You definitely got a lot of camera time tonight. You were definitely in the wars a bit and around all the action. So yeah, it was pretty good for you. I guess usual thing of shout out to all fans and sponsors and the like.
Oh, big thanks to all the guys out there tonight. Like it was a bit of a rough race, but in the end we had some good battles out there with a few guys. I certainly enjoyed that run with Dyson at the end. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, congrats to the Mitch boys. They were just too strong. When they lined up 1 and 3, I knew that was it. I had nothing for them. They were going to kill that restart. So, and yeah, thanks to you guys, and thanks to Mitre 10 for let me run the cut stickers.
Excellent, excellent. All right, well, I'll drop you back down and enjoy the rest of your night.
Cheers, Matty.
Just,
Thanks for the broadcast.
so what we might do now is I might try and grab our second place finisher up here. Jason Martin, this is Matt Hunter in the broadcast booth here. How was your race tonight?
Oh, that was pretty hectic, that race. That was a wild one.
It was. I think near the end there when you were coming through on the fresh tyres, you copped a tag, but you managed to save it. But Josh in front of you wasn't so lucky. He spun on his one.
Yeah, I lost a bit of time there as well, trying to give them room because I didn't want to interrupt the championship. So I was trying to let those guys race. But yeah, it's cost me a fair bit of time, and I knew I was going to get tangled up in something sooner or later, but that was bad luck for Josh.
It was. It was a pretty crazy battle, that one. Yeah, you must have been sitting there watching that going, oh no, when there's the battling 2 or 3 or 4 wide.
Yeah, if they weren't battling for the championship, I would have been sending it underneath them. But I thought I'd give them a bit of room and let them sort it out, and then hopefully I'd still have time later to get further up in the pack.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. So the plan was that you were, because at one point you were running away with it, but so obviously your plan was just to get out the front and charge away and let the other two sort of battle for it back behind you.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I normally like the long runs here, so I was hoping for lots of long green flag runs, but definitely didn't turn out that way.
No, no, it started out all right, but then yeah, it was definitely noticeable the aggression levels went up after that first caution. Excellent, excellent. So I heard you clutching at a stage. I think after probably maybe around about 60 laps to go, you were sounded like I jumped into the audio to see what on the ANZCAR, and I just saw that you were clutching. So were you just making sure that you had enough in the bag if it went green, or were you going to be close?
I had no idea how long the fuel would last here, and the guys were saying we should be able to make it. So just to be safe, I was clutching because I had no idea what fuel levels were like. So yeah, I was just saving fuel just in case because better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, so I figured that was the case. So it's it's good for me just to get a confirmation. Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, I guess we'll do the usual thing. Shout out to sponsors and fans and the like.
Well done, Hamish, on the win. Well done to Lockie as well. And yeah, thanks to Affinity Constructions Australia for sponsoring the team. Mad As Designs, all the boys at Mitch Motorsports, and of course you guys doing the broadcast, just you tonight, so you're doing a great job. Bloody hard work.
Well, yeah, I had a whole bunch of technical issues tonight too, which made it even more fun. So, yeah. Excellent, excellent. All right, well, I'll drop you back down and enjoy the rest of your night.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Hamish Gallagher, Matt Hunter in the broadcast booth here. How was your race tonight?
She was intense, is what it was, mate. Yeah, it was up and down all over the shop. I didn't expect to get that win. Yeah, game was a real surprise there after made the wrong strategy call, but yeah, man, glad to get a win. How good's that for the championship timing?
Yeah, I was looking at that as good for you and not so good for Josh, finishing down in 8th position and Ruben in 5th as well. I would say you're probably going to go close to taking over the points lead after this one.
Pretty much going to be neck and neck, I think, eh? Like,
Yeah.
because I had eight points behind Josh, so I finished roughly 8 points ahead of him. So, and then Ruben sort of in the middle. So how good's that? Freeway tie, basically going into the last race. So
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a real showdown in Phoenix, which when we went there earlier this year, I think you smashed Phoenix. You like led every lap, didn't you?
yeah, I think so, but I think that was mainly because I qualified up front and can be quite hard to pass, but like here.
Yeah,
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go.
excellent, excellent. So, obviously you had it at the beginning of the race. You were just sort of fairly settled. You're way out there in front, and as you say, you made the wrong strategy call.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jason was probably faster than me on the very long run. Like he was able to get that top work in 3 and 4, which is really the only way to pass. You need to get that nice run off. I couldn't. I tried it a couple of times, couldn't get it to work. So yeah, towards the middle of the race there, when he got to me, I just let him go, and I think he was going to drive away. I was quite happy just chilling out there in second. But yeah, I wasn't keen to pit with Jonesy and it was Ruben. I thought that was just too early. You figure there's so many cautions, you're probably getting another caution, and you'd be screwed then if you stuck out on old tires. So I wasn't keen then, but then we had like 2 laps later, you get another caution. You're like, well, you're gonna have to use these tires eventually. So we just pulled the pin.
Yeah.
And I got super lucky. There was that big wreck coming out of 2. I think Ruben was in it and whatnot, and I was able to just sneak through. So that could have easily been the end of my race, but that gave me a big help because that got me up towards the front with Ryan and stuff like that. And even just 2 laps fresh tires, I was quite an advantage over Ryan. So and again got lucky again when we're racing door to door, and he was just sending it as hard as he could. He was winning it or binning it, Ryan.
Yeah, yeah.
He's had enough of finishing second. He just said there, and he's like, "Oh, I was going to put you on the fence if I could, but yeah, he must have just got loose or something over that. He's like a weird hill that when you come out of 2,
Yeah.
the car sort of gets a bit light, and he must have been too much wheel or something like that. He sort of got up in the door, and it just spun him. So it's unfortunate for Ryan. Like, it was having a good, hard, intense race there, but yeah, I see. Got lucky a few times there towards the end. That was really the deciding factor.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, I knew they were on with those slightly older tires and his disappointment in finishing second a lot at the moment. So I figured he was going to be sending it pretty hard. But yeah, so he said in the chat he's winning it or winning it. Excellent. So yeah, it's pretty crazy working your way through the traffic, fresh tires versus all those older tires. The old tires were actually able to hold on a lot, hey?
Yeah, because I think I started behind Tom Neal or something, and I figured, he must be on old tires. But then no, he was able to hold his position there for about 3 or 4 laps. But everyone else, yeah, I was just sending it as low as you could. We were free wide there a few times. I had Noddy sort of running down the track. I was like keeping an eye on those yellow cars. I figured they'd probably be out for blood. So yeah, as I said, it was pretty intense there racing, but that's cool. That's what we're here for, and that was a lot of fun. So really happy that you changed the track. So if we were at Martinsville, sure would have been a different story. So
yeah, no, I do love Martinsville, but I don't love stewarding Martinsville after that first one.
Yeah, tell me about it. Because I ran Martinsville in a truck race last week, and I got wrecked 3 laps in.
Yeah.
I spent an hour and a half getting back up to the lead lap for my damage fix, and then immediately there's another wreck right in front of you, and you just get clicked in it, and it stay down. So I rage quit out of that race. I was like, glad we're not racing here again. So,
yeah,
really
I
happy
mean,
to be here at Martinsville.
Yeah, I think the only time I'll race Martinsville is with the AI. It's really good fun when you do AI and you can do like 100, 200 lap runs with no caution. It's great.
Yeah, sit there too wide, just right on people's doors. It's so much fun,
Yeah.
Martinsville. It's such a fun track, but
Yeah.
the racing is just always so bad.
Yeah, I think a couple of years back now, I did I think it was a 250 lap race in the Gen 6 at the time, and I think we had 28 cautions, I think. So,
Jeez.
yeah, it was not great. That put me off it, that's for sure. Yeah, so no, it's good enough. Well, I was actually a really good track. It's a shame that we don't go to it, well, they don't go to it in the real life, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
This should be all 3 series should be running at Iowa. It's such a fun track.
Yeah.
Especially it's similar to Richmond, but Richmond's gone really lame in the real life for whatever reason. You can't really run multiple lines, whereas Iowa, I think you've always been able to. So yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. It's definitely a really fun track. Oh well, cool. All right, well let's do the usual thing. Shout out to all your fans and sponsors and the like.
Just shout out to Lockie for getting back up there, eh? When you saw him spun, he was pretty much dead last there at some point. But he managed to haul that thing up. Good couple of strategy calls and good racing there to get P3. So well done to Lockie. Yeah, just a big thank you to you, Matt. Second to last race, only one more to go.
For this year, well, yeah, well, fun day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so you're pretty much doing something every night, but it feels like it. At some points, you see the things pop up. Yeah, and just a big thank you to my teammates and yeah, just everyone who turned up. It's a really good field here for a short track as well. Getting more cars from the Cup Series, so yeah, it's really good to see so many people turning up.
Excellent. All right, well, I will drop you down. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
There you have it. There is our top 3 interviews. And so what we'll do, we'll just quickly run through that top 10 results again. So we had Hamish Gallagher in first, Jason Martin second, Lachlan Eckler in third, Andrew Dyson in fourth, Ruben Phelps in fifth, Jamie Nankervis sixth, David Sontag in seventh, Josh Pickamore in eighth, Ryan Jones in ninth, and Josh Carroll Warden in 10th. So that wraps up our action for tonight. What we'll do is we'll just have a little look and see. Next week, we are heading off to Phoenix Raceway for 120 laps. This is race 11 of 11, so the last race of the season and the last race of the 2022 year for the ANZCAR Thunder Series. It's going to be a really good one. It's going to be really close. As Hamish mentioned in his interview there points, there was 8 points between the top 3 tonight, and it's probably going to be, given where they finish, it's probably going to be really, really close, and they're probably going to be, neck and neck, maybe 1 or 2 points between them. So keep an eye out for that information as well. And yeah, we will hopefully see you next week and for the championship decider. Good evening and good night.